Hello folks. In today's video we will see a man who believes his so is cheating. He is away for a few months dealing with personal issues. When he returns, she is acting different. Let's see how it goes. A 6-year relationship has come to an end, monkey branching. I still can't believe that a year has passed since my breakup. I, 26M, was seeing my ex-girlfriend, who is 24 years old. We had been together for almost 6 years and things were going well. Shortly before we broke up, I was at my mom's house because of personal problems, and I couldn't see her for about 2 to 3 months. She wished to see me all the time, but I couldn't go because of certain circumstances. At the end of March, I could tell that something was wrong with her, so I asked what was going on. She wasn't giving me answers that made me happy. My gut told me something different. She talks about this other guy all the time and acts like he is her best friend or something. I always had the feeling that they were up to something. Let's skip ahead a month. We went out together a day before her birthday, and I wanted to look through her phone. I said that my phone needed to be fixed and used this excuse to use her phone to find the closest place that fixes Android phones. I saved this guy's WhatsApp conversation, sent it to me, and then wiped that message from her phone. I found them chatting late at night, and they were way too friendly with each other. There were times when this guy asked her, "Who am I to you?" And she told him that he was important to her and that they were always holding hands. She also told him that she always felt like he was in her private space. They also talked about me and my messed up attitude toward her. She deleted all this chat. When I read all of this crap, it broke my heart. We went someplace the next day. I was going through a lot, but I didn't say a word about it. I gave her gifts for her birthday, and we had a good time on the trip. I waited until the next day to talk to her about it. Just before I confronted her, I asked her if she had any boy best friends, while she was lying in my arms. Her answer was shocking. She said that she never got close to anyone because she was afraid that other boys would take advantage of her if she did. I waited another 6 hours to talk to her and find out what was going on. She started crying and finally said it was wrong to be this close to someone else while in a relationship. She then begged me not to leave her. She told me that she wouldn't do this anymore and that she would block him right away, which she did. She called me a week after we broke up to say she wants to talk about something. During our meeting, she defended everything she had done and tried to convince me that I was just being weird and not having an open mind. I didn't understand how she could defend herself like that. Considering someone as special and private doesn't mean someone is serious, and this was all my wrong way of seeing things. This was her reply to my earlier confrontation. Anyway, we didn't talk for another 2 weeks, and then, after she said she was leaving town, I saw her with this person in a corner one night. They were standing really close in a private place that wasn't busy, and I couldn't stand to see it. She promised earlier that she wouldn't be in touch with him anymore. I was completely broken and couldn't stop crying. I left, and I never talked to her again. As time went on, I moved to a different country. I still don't understand why she did what she did to me. As far as I know, she didn't physically cheat on me. But I believe it was kind of emotional cheating. She is still in touch with him as far as I know. So you may see this post as not something serious as compared to others, but still, it's my story. I am not holding the fact that I was a perfect guy. I too had flaws, but I always kept a distance while talking to other girls. I understand that going through someone else's phone is not a really good thing, but I was yearning for the truth. Did I do the right thing? Was leaving her the right choice? Did she crave other guys' attention because I was not giving her enough affection and care? I still couldn't get answers to these questions. Did all this happen because of my overthinking and non-progressive attitude toward things? Any advice could be helpful. This woman is rightfully your ex. She did what a lot of wayward people do. They have severe personality problems. It is called monkey branching. It all starts with not really focusing on the relationship anymore. It can be triggered by all kinds of smaller events. You may have been not totally attentive towards her, and she built up a silent resentment about it. She may never tell you about it because she is ashamed of it. Or she just got bored because you were too attentive, too nice to her. She had no reason to actively invest anymore to secure you as a partner. Her friends may be mocking her that she has a boring life compared to their single super exciting one. Even they envy her secure life with you as her boyfriend. Another very common problem is that because of whatever reason their self-esteem drops or is low. The attention and validation she gets from you is not enough anymore because she is used to it and it does not have the effect it had before. And now she is actively seeking attention and validation from outside. There are many other reasons why she stopped focusing on you and the relationship and is looking outside. She starts to flirt and invests time with another man. She is checking them out and it stops not with superficial flirting but an emotional connection is built. She moves closer to the other man as she feels guilty towards you and this makes her even more distant. The interaction with you is more and more only a facade. She lowers her guilt by making up reasons for why you are not good enough as a boyfriend. This makes her even more connected to the other man on an emotional level. But since she is a coward and at this stage emotionally unstable, she still uses you as an anchor. As plan B, she is not willing to give you up, without truly connecting to the other man. When this all started, she became more and more insecure about the relationship and you. This insecurity leads her to focus more and more on herself and becomes more and more selfish. It is then only about her. She has no problem lying to you, because to be honest to you would mean she would need to be honest with herself and that would mean all the made-up reasons would vanish, because they are not true or reasonable. In this confusion she has two options. Stay with you and feel guilty about what she had done, or run away and connect with another man she claims to love now. Seldom do these relationships last long because they are just relationships she used as an excuse. She needed to fall in love with another man to rectify her actions towards you, her friends and family, but even more for herself. Because if she does love the new man, all what she has done is rectified. Under the line, the reason why they do it is because they have personality problems and especially honesty problems. Not only towards others but more with themselves. People who monkey branch are very weak. They flee from themselves and others. And yes, it was the right choice. You were at a point in life where you decide if you want to stay together for a much longer time or go separate ways. You were at a point where having a family and kids starts to become an option. You had no kids and no real reason to stay together. She would have needed to do a lot of work on her personality to become a faithful, trustworthy partner. This takes a lot of energy and discipline and even more real will to work on personality problems. This is not done in a few weeks, it takes months if not years. Do you believe she would have done this? Looking in the mirror and seeing the ugly face that is looking back. Stop making up false excuses. Over time, the dark cloud hovering over her head will make her life not so funny anymore. And on the other side there is waiting for this new man. She can pretend to love you and have fun and have a new good life? What do you think? How long will she follow this way and not flee to the new man? As I said before, she will go this way because she has no inner strength. This was from the start a way that a weak person takes. To change it, she would have to build up inner strength. So, ask yourself, is she truly capable of building up that strength? I think you are way better without her. So sorry you are going through this. She didn't really love you or your relationship. She can't be faithful for a few months while you were dealing with personal issues. There is absolutely no reason to believe she would have been faithful to you for the next several decades. When she called you to meet up, it was purely for her own closure and had nothing to do with any explanation for her actions. Don't try to understand the why, it will eat you alive. She just isn't into you any longer. It's time for you to move on. You are young and have plenty of time to find the right person.